Welcome to another compelling episode of Filmatic. Today, we are interviewing a young AC who is a rising star in an extremely challenging industry, breaking countless glass ceilings with her ambition and resilience in her craft. Her name is Kelebogile Mokanyane.
People think DPing is nice. It's like simple. It's crazy, that thing.
What must I do to conquer that mountain?
Just push through. It's honestly so hard because you come across a lot of people that want to get into the industry. So there isn't much of a difference in terms of that because you as a technician are doing the same, but the resources, the support is different.
She has contributed to notable projects including Showmax's Reka, Mzansi's Ilembe, and Netflix's Savage Beauty, Home for Christmas, and How to Ruin Christmas, just to name a few. Everything is big. The lenses are big. The cameras are big. How are you handling that?
I always had that thing that you can't look weak because these people, when they tell you what they went through, you can't complain.
Let's welcome the future of filmmaking, Kelebogile Mokanyane. Yo.
Hey. Hi.
Let's get this party started.
I'm an African. Are you African? I'm an African. Everybody's an African. Feels good, right? Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. I'm from the continent of refugees and rebels, where minds are richer than all rubies and marbles. Life at its best, view it from all angles. No longer do we wear shackles, but life's bangles. AIDS increases, the poverty's in levels, where flowers blossom every day in hard grovel. Traditional acts just brings out the marvel in every African's heart filled with sorrow. Wait for tomorrow, but the road remains narrow. African minds sharp like bow and arrow. We're aiming for higher places, man, I tell you. Communication through rhythms until I see you.
Good day, and welcome to another compelling episode of Filmatic. Today, we are interviewing a young AC who is a rising star in an extremely challenging industry, breaking countless glass ceilings with her ambition and resilience in her craft. Her name is Kelebogile Mokanyane. Kelebogile is often the youngest and smallest on set and brings a much-needed burst of energy to even the most stressful environments, moving with incredible speed and assisting her director of photography with skill and dedication. She has contributed to notable projects including Showmax's Reka, Mzansi's Ilembe, and Netflix's Savage Beauty, Home for Christmas, and How to Ruin Christmas, just to name a few. Now, let's welcome the future of filmmaking, Kelebogile Mokanyane. Yo.
Hey. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
No, super. I'm excited about this one.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's get this party started. Hey.
Hey.
Are you good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm just thinking about even when we were planning just the shoots and your name came up. We've had a lot of DOPs, editors, and whatnot. We have not had an AC. We're building a film school. These are all master classes.
Oh, that's a beautiful way of looking at it, actually, yeah.
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 So we're going to get into AC. Now, I've been told that it's as if I promote people from after. That's what I've been told.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whoop whoop. You are
Somebody's
yeah. So we've got City Varsity in the
City
house.
Varsity in the house. I don't know if I'm like for it or, but I did go there, yes.
When was this, and how was that experience?
City Varsity was if I'm not mistaken, 2013 to 2016.
Okay.
I did high school. I wasn't amazing at school. I took like 2 gap years. I was trying to you know most how school is. We all think we're going to be engineers and doctors and stuff.
Yeah.
But my marks were like, no girl. So I took 2 years and then I went to film school. How I came to film school was I was sitting with my friends the one day and I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I had been to a show. I can't remember what show it was. And I was trying to describe to my friend what it is that I want to do. Like I wanted to do I actually got into it by mistake. I wanted to do stage rigging because I was like, when there's an event, I want to be the girl that stays behind when they take out all the cables and then they take down the stage. And then my friend was like, yeah, that's filmmaking. You must go to that school in Joburg, And then I woke up the next day because I was like so defeated with not being able to get into university. I wanted to get into Stellenbosch and Wits. Yeah. And I went and I applied and I thought that's what I was going to study, only to find like, okay, it was a different thing altogether. But I mean, when I was in it, I was like, okay, I started understanding what it was, and I obviously like enjoyed it, and yeah, that's how I got to City Varsity. How it was a school. It's like the 12 years that you did before, It's an experience in that, and I know it's gonna sound bad, but when they say you don't need film school, to work in the film industry.
No, I understand that.
You honestly, like, we were doing classes and there was a lot. What's nice was it's a very practical school, so we were able to make our own films. The gear, obviously, unlike after, we had like Sonys and stuff, but the lower end Sonys. I only touched my first RE when I was in the industry. So it was that experience, but it wasn't like wholesome, or maybe I had a certain idea of what college would be or certain idea of what university would be, because based on what you see. And like I say, my plan for my life was to get into a university and not a college, and I didn't make it into that. So it's some building in Joburg that you go to and you get your studies, but there were like some cool lecturers. There's definitely, I mean, there's no experience that I have that I don't appreciate. So there's a lot that I took from school, but it was school.
So after in fact, before we get into City Varsity, you're in AC. Let's just break down what is an AC.
I had like a training course that I did, and how I explained it to the people that we were training is that I take it as, like the nurse to the surgeon.
Yes,
you're an assistant, you're the hands. So the surgeon goes scalpel, you pass that over. But there's levels of that. So there's first AC and second AC. And in the industry, we always go, you're the, excuse my language, but it's the bitch,
Okay.
Starting out, which is not a bad thing. Sounds horrible. But you are hands, like I say, so you've got the main person. And as the second AC, you make sure that the first AC has everything that they need. All their tools are laid out, So basically, I mean, you make sure you're prepping the equipment, you're making sure that the person who takes care of the creative, which is the DOP, is sorted before the shoot starts.
So how do you prep?
I steal from a lot of people. I don't know if you know the book, what is it? I think it's steal like a creative or something like that.
Great creative steal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking at what other people are doing, and then I take that and I piece it all together, and then I make it mine. And how I make it mine is like basic day. I'll make sure that all my batteries are out as a second AC.
Yeah.
All my batteries are out. When my first AC arrives, I make sure they get a coffee. So they'll arrive with a coffee in hand, and then I'll pull out all the tools so that by the time he wants to build, everything is there. Like I said, scalpel, when he wants to put a handle on the camera, it's already laid out. When I already know more or less where we're starting, I gather information as well. So I try and get as much information as I can so that by the time he meets me, I'm able to give him that information and then he can get started. So I don't want him to start at the beginning. So that's my secret. That's like my prep process. And it's it depends, mid-shoot, not even mid-shoot, from the beginning of a shoot, you as a second AC, you're taking batteries home. So that's part of your prep, to make sure that you don't start a day with any flat batteries. You don't start a day with anything that could give hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try and get rid of the prospective hiccups. That's my prep. Whatever can be a hiccup, I take care of that.
I know that in the camera department, you've also got something we call a focus puller. Are you two also working? Let us know what a focus puller is, because And then, are you two working hand in hand as well?
So, yes. So that's the first AC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second AC assists the first AC.
AC is the focus puller.
First AC is the focus puller.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
cool. So
it's
that's where you...
assistant camera. So
Okay,
it's the
cool.
DP. The first assistant camera assists the DP.
Yes.
The second assistant camera is second in line to assist the first, and then they assist the DP. It's that hierarchy.
Can I tell you, in my head, a first AC and a focus puller are different.
No, it's the same person.
Okay.
Yes, first AC / focus puller. So it's like, I think also because I'm quite young. So it's something to do with like, firstly, Hollywood and the official terms.
Okay.
And the way I think I remember it being explained to me is something to do with Hollywood and the official terms, and also back in my day, it was called that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's first AC focus pullers, the same person, and then the second AC is the clapper loader. So it all stems from like film days, which I'm quite sad that I missed. I came in the era after film. I really wish I had. I mean, as brutal as it sounds like it was, I wish I had experienced it. So there was all of that. But then when we went into digital, it got like put together. So the clapper loader is the second AC. And then, but on big film sets, big Hollywood, there's all of everyone,
At Macho, we believe that storytellers change the world, and we would like to give you the right tools to accomplish this mission. For all your gear rental needs, go to www.macho.co.za or send us an email at rentals@macho.co.za. So who inspired you? Who did you see doing this, and you were like, okay, cool. What was happening there? Like, okay, I'm gonna aspire to that.
So like I say, I thought I was gonna do the other thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then that didn't work out, and I was in film school and I was working, and I was majoring in directing and camera, and I was just trying to get myself onto set. I met a lady called Natalie Harhoff, who's a DP.
Been trying to get her on the show, please.
Yeah, I'll see if I can speak to her. And then she gave me Lipumile Ilanga's Goduwe's number. Yes. So that question goes to her. And I bothered Lipu. She's like my sister and my mentor, and like basically everything that I think I'm like a mini her, because everything I learned, majority of the things I learned from her. So she put me in touch with Lipu, and Lipu was like shooting very big things, and I'd go onto her sets, just like try to be there as much as I can. And you transition. Was you starting out like, hey, can I just come through? And I didn't know what anything was. I just knew my film school stuff. And she had me come onto, I think they were shooting Mandela. It was a very big film, I remember. It was massive with...
The one with Idris?
No.
Another one?
The one with the guy from The Matrix. What's his name?
We'll remember.
The man, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes. Cool.
I think it was that, yes. And I came in and it was...
Oh, yes.
Yes. It was cool. And then I didn't stop. Like, I was constantly... And she'd always, like, bring me on if she had a chance. You know, you asked to bring an intern on set. And then it would transition... It later transitioned to when her loader... Once I started knowing my way around the set.
Yeah.
When her loaders weren't available, she'd give me a call. You know, that whole thing where you must be available at any given time. She'd, like, call in at, like, 5:30 in the morning. Hey, are you able to get to a place like this? And I'm like, yes, I'm coming. So that's how I got into it, and that's how I started. That was my everyday. And I was just like, yeah. And at the time, I think, obviously the big goal was DPing and stuff. So it was like, I was like looking at DPs and the one shoot that I came to load for her, because the loader wasn't there, she left, I think, after about like a week or so.
Okay.
And then she left me in the hands of Utiani, DP.
Respect.
SASC.
Respect.
Yes. And he took my journey further. Like, I think I shot with Tian for 4 years. And he took me onto every set. Like, I was like literally loading for him. And that was cool, like that growth process. So he was the person that was like constantly going, oh my gosh, you know.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of people. I don't like have... Like I said to you again earlier, there's no experience that I don't appreciate. I've literally learned from everybody that I've crossed paths with. There's a focus put up by John White, who I still work under now. It's like, I think he's really, he's amazing. He's very good.
And, okay, I won't ask what you want me to ask. And
We can get into
you
it.
kind
and then
of
we'll
touched
see.
about DPing, but you said your heart. I'm not sure if your heart's not into DPing or what it is. Why is again? You get asked the question, why don't you DP?
We might edit this out. When I change a lot.
Okay.
Like, I don't stick to one thing for a very long time. Film has been the only thing that has stuck through for like almost 10 years and been consistent. Nothing else in my life has stuck through that much. And so I got into this thing and I wanted to do it. But now there's something already, like, I'm moving on to the next decade of my life, the 30s. It is deeping the end goal. I'm enjoying the process of where I'm at as an assistant now. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot. There's also fear involved, obviously, because people think DPing is nice. It's like simple. It's crazy, that thing.
Yeah.
When you watch DPs on set and how they have to put together a creative process and translate it into like a technical masterpiece, that thing is... And directors are creatives, so they go out with their brains.
I see.
And you have to compact it and fit it into a producer's budget and fit it into a technical... I don't know if I'm able to. And also, like, I appreciate my journey for what it is. It's taken long. A lot of, like you say, a lot of people are like, no, do you want to, you should have been focus pulling already, because a lot of people are coming up and they're doing it within 2-3 years. But I'm fine with the way it's happening.
With the process.
I'm so fine with the process. If I must end there, it will happen. But it will happen at the right time when I've got the because there's a lot that comes with it. When I've got the confidence, there's battles that you must fight as a DP because you are standing for your technical crew. You're basically, you're their person. So you're fighting their wars. You're trying to fight, the other side's wars and trying to make that happen. So as soon as that confidence has gone up, I mean, like I say, I'm enjoying this process as it happens. So I believe once I've learned it holistically, and so for some people, it's easy, like, to jump into to learn.
Yeah.
I don't know, to learn in the role. So it's like, no, one of the first things that Mteo said to me when I met him was like, fake it till you make it. I don't know if he tells that story still, but he tells you, like, he just faked his way through, when he started. And obviously not now, like, he's like good at what he does and he knows what he's doing. So I'm putting a bit of both. There are certain stages where I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm definitely always willing to give it a shot. And I have had like opportunities to operate, but taking control of a set as a DP is not now. Maybe, not now means not now. But I could wake up next, like I said, I'm a forever changing person. I can literally wake up next week and have the confidence and be like, actually, let's see.
You've already got the confidence. You're working on some very, very big sets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's been
a friend and someone who's been here before, Keisha, said, she's an art director. She says that she wanted to do camera, but she felt she's too small. She said, she was like, no, these things are just big and whatnot. And how are you handling that? Everything is big. The lenses are big. The cameras are big. Everything's big.
I don't know how I did it when I was starting out. Because one of the things that I would like to think that put me where I am is that I was like, I remember I'd try and carry boxes and people would try and help me. I'm like, no, I can do it. And they were heavy. Like, I'd be like carrying like heavy boxes. But again, like, I got introduced to the industry by the OGs, I believe. People who were the last crew that worked on film.
Oh, yeah.
And that was wild. We think things are heavy now. They were carrying rolls of film up, and they were shooting big things. Digital has made everything small. So I don't know how I did it. I used to be, now things are like a bit heavy. Now I carry a box. I'm like, so I always had that thing, like, you can't look weak because these people, when they tell you what they went through, you can't complain about. And also when I was starting, it was like, obviously the transition had happened. I don't, but it was the transition. So some things were still heavy. Mat boxes were still, you still had to carry like 3 different mat boxes because they were like those big production mat boxes. And then these new small RE1s, the LMB thingies were coming in. So there were certain things that were light, certain things that you could afford to just leave in the car, and then you can take out the, and then only then you go fetch the heavy one. Whereas those people who worked before, like we had to carry everything. But I don't know where I got the strength from, but I did it. And I still do it. And what's nice is like now, people are nice on set, people help you out. And you do have the strength. You don't think you do up until you have to carry it. And you see yourself there. So, yeah.
You've become a sought after AC. How did you, how was that growth? Besides the growth, actually, the challenges, because you're an AC and then you're female. What are the challenges of becoming such a sought after AC?
I don't know if I'm a sought after AC.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when I started working more frequently and like other people started requesting me, one of the first challenges was leaving the people that groomed me. That was quite hard because I was like, you get a call and now somebody else wants to work with you. And here's this person that you're like, this person gave me an opportunity. I mean, when Tiani was like taking me on to sets, I didn't know much yet, He taught me everything. He's the one that gave me the opportunity when I wasn't good or didn't know. And now that I know, somebody's asking for me and now I must leave him because now he needs me. That was very hard. Lipumile as well. So now once you start becoming, but it's necessary for growth.
Yes,
because you learn more, obviously, when you go to different places, work with different people, come across, That was the challenging thing. And also like personalities, once you've got certain people that you work with, you know them. You know them well. Like I know, okay, when she's like this or when he's like this, he's hungry. I just need to give him an apple. And then things will calm down, So now you're working with someone new, you don't really know how to soften them, you don't know how to, you try your best to make things easy for them. So that becomes a bit of a challenge. You don't know what their systems are. And sometimes it's like a 2-day thing. You don't have the space or the time to learn that person's personality. It's just, because I'm very big on human interaction in the field. It's not just about the technical aspect for me, which I think that's like my biggest thing.
I hear you.
Yeah, I got that from Lipo actually. Yeah.
Let's dive into some of the things that you've actually worked on.
Oh, hectic. I don't even remember.
Reika. What's Reika?
It's quite cool. It's like a thriller nyana where this lady who went through a trauma and was abducted by this guy at a young age comes back and like starts having, because of her psychological issues from that abduction, she lives with him for about 6 years and then she gets found and taken back to her home and this guy gets arrested and then they come together again. And there's like a weird, deep, like romantic relationship thing that happens from when, so even in him abducting her, he was sort of treating her as like a wife in a way, like, but without getting weird. It was quite cool. It's actually one of the coolest shows that I think I did because we worked with Kim Engelbrecht, who is absolutely amazing as an actor. Like behind the scenes, she's so professional. You work with a lot of talent, and when you're technical, there's a split.
Yeah.
There's technical and there's talent.
Yeah.
It's unsaid. There's that war. It's not a war. But when you get an actor that makes you, even you as a technical person, stand on your feet and you're like, okay, we have to be professional because this person is like bringing on professional the entire time.
Nice.
So that was quite cool. Yeah. It's got 2 seasons. Quite nice. You must give it a watch. And it's absolutely beautiful. It was shot by Tom Murray.
Respect.
It's nice. I like it.
If you can't get the shot on set, you can get it at Mad Show Library. We've got the best in stock footage and archive. Just go to www.madshowlibrary.com. How to Ruin Christmas. How was the experience there? Tell us about you. Were you first AC, second AC on that?
Second
one?
AC.
Second AC.
How to Ruin Christmas was such an experience. We had just come out of lockdown. In fact, I think we were still like I don't know how the production did that. So we were still very much locked down. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this stuff. But so they took the crew. We shot it like just as we were coming out of lockdown, like I said, and they put us in a hotel because we had to be quarantined, and we were quarantined for about, I think, a couple of days before we started shooting, and they made sure that we were in a bubble. Remember, in film sets, were like you were kept in bubbles, and you had to make sure you didn't interact. So the best way they could ensure that we don't go home, come back with COVID or whatever, they put us in a hotel, all of us in Joburg. It seldomly happens when you're shooting in Joburg, you live in Joburg, and now you're shooting for like almost a month, and you're living in a hotel. And at the time, hotels had no business. Stayed in a very nice hotel that we shot at the West Cliff, which is like really prim. Yeah. But we had access to all of these places because I think from a production point of view, they were quite affordable because they weren't making money at the time. So it was an experience. It was almost like an away shoot that wasn't away. We were it was quite nice. I did the first season of How to Run. I think now it's on season 3 or 4.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I did the first season, which is always nice when you break through. I'm very fortunate enough to be on the first seasons of things because then, you guys are sort of like the guinea pigs, and not the guinea pigs, but you figure things out because that's the first time the look is being set up, everything like the story is being told for the first time. So everybody's sort of figuring out what's the best. By the time the next team comes, they've seen what the challenges are, and you always want to try and like, go back, but obviously life has its ways.
And what's the difference between like the Netflix productions and I don't know the much smaller productions, if I can put it like that?
Obviously, like Netflix came in with a lot of money. So the sets, there was like more resources.
Yeah.
We're not shooting the service jobs that Cape Town shoots that are like the big internationals, but we're shooting good stuff. And Netflix was affording that. Obviously, I'm sure there's other channels and stuff that also give the budget. It's always an experience. And essentially, you're doing the same thing. Like acing, I'm slapping a lens on a camera. Yeah. It's the same thing, but it's got its differences every day, different challenges. So there isn't much of a difference in terms of that because you as a technician are doing the same, but the resources, the support is different, You get onto Netflix shoots, there's like HR things that happened before. Yeah. There's like medics are medics, you go and you ask for a thing and you can get it. Gear-wise, there's more that you can, as camera, we like have a bit more, we can,
True.
Yeah, so like that's the main difference, but it's still the fun of work. It's still you. Actors are pouring their hearts out, their talents out in front of you, and you guys are just making sure that translates. Everybody's just putting in their bits. Yeah.
Oh man! And do you feel that even as a focus puller AC, that things like IP still apply to people like you as well, or should apply to people like you?
I don't think I came in when they applied to us. Like, I've never personally had anything where I have like a right and a holdover. I've got it's intellectual property that belongs to me as an AC. I've never. Should they? Hey, the thing is, there's 100 of us on set. It's I don't know. I don't know if it should happen. What would be? Well,
I don't know.
What would you want to take control of to say that this is my body of work that I've contributed to this?
Man, I'm just even thinking, isn't 2 rand over 100 rand?
2 rand.
That doesn't make something.
It does. I mean, without it, it's not 100 rand. But like, we still barely. We haven't figured out laws around our tax systems and how, us as creatives and filmmakers, there's a big fight now about like how they're trying to make us like full-time employees and stuff. So we haven't figured all of that stuff. We're still struggling to get like recognized as, employees that earn certain amounts that can, like, if I don't know, if you're trying to buy a house, you're not recognized as an employee or person with like a work.
Yeah.
So we haven't fought that. Filmmakers aren't able to get medical aid. Filmmakers aren't able to get, So technically, getting that's a fight that needs to happen. All the fights need to happen, but I don't know where would start. I don't know what I would take control of and say, I did that in that shoot. I contributed to it, definitely, and but we're gonna end up we're gonna want royalties for now. For our contribution to like films. I don't know. I don't have answers to it. Maybe they're smarter people.
I couldn't get it. So now I'm a young kid. We're slow. And I want to be an incredible AC, first AC.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm joking.
My characteristics, how do I approach it? What must I do to conquer that mountain?
Just push through. It's honestly so hard because we come across a lot of people that want to get into the industry. Just yesterday I was on set and this guy is like, hey, how do I get into this thing? And I don't know where to start. Firstly, you need to know which designation you're trying to get into because I'm a filmmaker. I'm sitting on set with like so many other crew members. There's grips, there's lighting. I don't know who to get you to speak to, So know where exactly you want to go. And the thing is, when we come out of film school, it's like they say, try everything, which is also good. Because sometimes you're like, I want to do sound. And then you get onto set and you see that, like, actually, that art department looks... I would never do art department. It's so hard. But just know what you want and just push through. I mean, all I did was like call in. Every time they asked me to come on set, I would be there. And it's a combination of that with like hard work or constantly being available, constantly putting your best foot forward, and luck. I honestly think I pay homage to my journey to like luck and grace, depending on if you're a religious person. It's honestly like a God grace thing. Being at the right place at the right time, speaking to the right person. If it wasn't that one conversation with Natalie, maybe my entire trajectory would have been different. So like they say, sometimes people miss opportunity because it comes dressed in overalls as work. So you just need to make sure that when it does knock, you're like available. If there's something that's needed, you've got the tools available. And when there's a will, there's a way, I'd like to think. But it's tough. It's so tough. There's so many... It's tough to get in. It's so tough because there's a lot of technicians.
Yeah.
There aren't enough... I don't think there are enough jobs anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because we're transitioning. If you think about it,
what do you feel we're transitioning to? That's actually what do you feel.
I'll tell you, influencers, and I'm not bashing influencers, but previously, we always say when they say you meet somebody on the street and you guys are shooting something, they say you must always say you're shooting a mayonnaise commercial. But you come from an era where, what's the mayonnaise brand? Okay, let me think of what's the kid company. But you come from a place where Coca-Cola had to pay 150 people to make a Coca-Cola ad. There were the actors, there's the grips, there's, and they had to make a whole ad for 30 seconds that would screen on TV.
Yeah.
Now they need to give an influencer 30 bottles of Coke and her cell phone. So it doesn't make sense.
You.
And influencers are doing amazing work. I mean, like the other day I saw one that like posted, she was doing a reel for a car. I think they call it sponsorship. And it looked, I was like, yo, I get paid to do this thing. Like, we do this thing professionally. And this person, without any film knowledge, without any knowledge from school, having not stepped on set, they were doing like the camera movements. They know how to edit. And this is one person that's cutting a reel, coming up with a concept. They're given a car to drive for a week. They just shoot their lifestyle doing this thing. So now that's a commercial away. That could have a car commercial that would have been like a 5-day big thing, So we're transitioning into that. I think, I mean, I'm sure that the work is there. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not being called.
Maybe that's the entry in, that you can do it yourself. Grab a phone and grab a...
Maybe, yeah. Because also, like, life is moving and we can't fight it.
Yeah.
It's going to be even worse now. There's AI, so I don't know what's going to happen to us. Now it's not even the influencers now it's even, you know, computers are going to make this thing happen.
You think there's going to be a AI AC?
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Listen, I can't even rule
Because
anything
they
out.
like, that thing, I'm so scared of AI. It creates like very weird thing. I don't understand like how it can put together something that took humans such a long time to master.
Yeah.
With just like coding and then
there it is. No, but don't worry, you still got a bright future ahead of you.
But also, like, if it transitions, I'm very happy to transition. I just need to know where we're moving to. So when you pick up the new thing, maybe we learn how to master AI to make it work for us as opposed to us working for it.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just need to be accepting to change, because even when every change has been happening, it's been happening. We just,
I see.
Yeah.
And where's you from here? What do you feel is the future for Gil?
Right now, I really want to, because I've just gotten into focus pulling. And I really want to be good at that.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging role. It's the one role that can't be fixed in post. A soft, maybe AI will help us.
I've actually never thought of it like that.
They always say that, like, it's the one thing that can't be fixed. So, you know, with framing, they can always scale down. Color, they can, you know, overexposure, they can bring it up, bring it down. They can do that stuff. But if it's soft, it's soft.
Yes.
Unless if AI is going to figure out a way to clean it up. For now, I really want to be good at it. Like,
At focus pulling.
At focus pulling. And that also means, like I said to you, it's a people thing.
Yeah.
My team, my DPs, workflow is effortless.
Yeah.
If I can be that good that my DPs know that when they have me on set, they don't have to worry about anything. Like, because DP is light. People, again, for, you said this was for scholars.
It is.
They think DPs are like, they're behind the camera and they're shooting. DP is light. So he wants to get on set, he wants to light his set. So I want them to get on there and know that at least from camera side, everything, the camera's just ready to put on something and then point and he can shoot.
You know, I remember once speaking to an older DP and he's old. And he was like, gone are the days where someone is trying to perfect, to be the best focus puller in the country.
Really?
Yeah, he said that to me. And I thought about it because the natural transition is AC to DP.
Yeah.
And he was like, because I think he was thinking about his father or father-in-law.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't even remember his name, but he's like, you see that guy? That guy was the best focus. Like anyone who wanted a focus.
He was that person. I think I want
guy.
that. Also, like, it's like a bit of a meditation app that I'm using, and it sends me notifications every day. And yesterday, one of the notifications were that it's like we're always looking towards a certain time in the future, and that takes away from this. So if I start constantly, the ultimate goal is to be DP, you know, like I'm missing this moment of being able to enjoy this. I really want to. I mean, it's challenging. It's nice. Like after all the years that I've been doing the second AC stuff, it's starting to feel like a challenge again, because the other stuff, like you did it and you were sort of getting good. Now you're starting again. So you're learning from the bottom now again. Now you've moved. I said I wouldn't say this. Like you've moved from like almost at the top of the food chain to the bottom because you've jumped into a bigger pool. So I want to learn and enjoy the same way I took my time to learn and enjoy the first step in that process. I want to go through this one so that by the time, again, when other people come in, I can be like, oh no, when it does that, just do this. Because you need to experience it firsthand. There's nothing like firsthand experience. There's somebody telling you, but then when you experience it. Yeah. And then I don't know, I think I might want to venture into other industries as well. But it's still a thought process at the moment because, you know, the economy, Cyril's economy, multiple streams of income. But there are other passions, and I think maybe that's why it's so hard for me to answer the question, like, do you want a DP, the ultimate, you know? Because we were taught that it's that one line, but my personality has always been multiple things. And I've been scared to explore other things. I've been so focused on this. So I think there might be, like, there is another one industry that I think I want to dabble in, but we'll see.
The one thing, though, about multiple streams of income, I think we kind of get that confused just in the sense of you want to do this, then you want to do that, then you want to do this, then you want to do that, and then you've kind of become a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yeah.
And if you do focus on the one thing, your multiple, and you get it properly, get it right, I think your multiple income streams are going to grow from that one thing.
There's no formula to life. For you, that might work.
True.
It depends on the personality of a person.
True.
You focus on one and you become the master of it, and AI comes up. I'm sure we really got like grand this AI thing. But then it takes that role away, like the need for that role. And now you've groomed nothing else on the side. And now you're like sitting going, I spent. And we as humans have no, it's not an obsession, but we do this thing where we hold on to things. I've done 30 years of this thing, you know, so now when you think of starting something after 30 years, whereas if you had done, I'm not saying don't master it, but you were doing, at 10 years, now you start something else. You pick it up. And maybe it, you know, it starts building on top of each other. Yeah.
No, I hear you.
I don't know the answer to nice questions.
No, it's not even like a nice questions thing. I was just putting it out there. But more than anything, thank you for coming through to inspire us today. I really, really appreciate you coming through. A lot of the guys we've had here are much older. So we want to speak to the future of this industry as well. And we know you're making an impact. Continue to make an impact. And we're watching you.
Thank you.
And we're going to, man, it's good to see you shine. Keep shining. And keep on being great. Thank you. You see.
It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. Oh, man, it feels good.
For more amazing content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And please follow us on all our social media pages. Love.